everyone. So the next two parts of my video, um, parts 2 and 3, are just going to be wedding sites, wedding accessory sites, etc., that I would either recommend or I wouldn't recommend. Um, I might do more later because I haven't done a lot, but no promises. But I have done, well, I haven't done them all, I should say, but I think I have done a lot. Um, I went through each page and looked at all of it and wrote notes down and bookmarked some that I really liked, and some of them are completely horrible, and I'll tell you why I think so. So if you don't want to watch this, go ahead and skip over. Um, but if you do, stay tuned. Okay, so the first site I looked up was horrible. I was expecting it like way better than this. It's called hilltopdesigns.org. Um, I go on there and I saw it seemed to offer a lot of stuff. It had flowers and like fun little things, like they had personalized garters and all this stuff. They had fun jewelry. They had tux rentals and bridesmaid gifts and all this stuff. And I was very excited. And then I realized there's only one store. It's in Ohio. As far as I could find, there was no order online option. You had to go to that store in Ohio. So it's probably a really good store if you are in Ohio. Um, but yeah, and the main thing that it was advertising for were wedding gowns, bridesmaid gowns, mother of the bride gowns, and they no longer sell them. They just stopped selling gowns. Um, So, the little thing was like, oh, look, we've got this great selection of gowns. And then you go to the gown part of the site, and there is none. And they're like, oh, sorry, we've decided to quit selling gowns. So that kind of sucked, and I would definitely not recommend going there. Um, there was a lot of ones that I kind of wrote a maybe as because they weren't horrible, they weren't great, they were just a lot like all the other ones. There's so many accessory favor, party favor, gift sites, and a lot of them have either the exact same things or just a little bit of difference. Um, so I'll probably just go ahead and read the names off, and you guys can go if you want to. jwcaketops.com. Wasn't a lot of selection, and the ones I did, I had seen at other sites. Um, let's see. Um, Escape Concepts. Um, Different sorts of favors. That was cool. Decent prices, but again, nothing unique. Um, Wedding wine favors. Um, this would be more if you're into the alcohol side of things, whatever. They were pretty fun. They were mini bottles of wine. They're about this big, and you can put your own personalized label on them and pick which wine goes in there and give that as favors. So that was kind of cool, but not for me. So I put that as a maybe, sort of a site. Forever or Fortunately Yours, same thing, different favors. They had some fortune cookies you could personalize, like for your guests or whatever. Um, but they had no prices on anything. Nothing was listed. Like you ordered it, and then maybe later it told you the price, but it didn't tell you price by the item. So that was kind of ridiculous. Um, Something I thought was pretty funny. Actually, they have www.scottyard.com. You can rent kilts, formal kilts for weddings. That was really fun. Um, there was one. This one's more, I would say, groomsmen gift site. It was pubsignshop.com, and you can get personalized pub signs. That was pretty cool. They look like old school ones. Um, just some other ones were petalgarden.com. Those were just freeze dried petals, same color, cheaper. They don't uh, stain and they're degradable. Um, best beach weddings, lots of sites if you want a beach wedding where you can go, things you can reserve and stuff. Pretty awesome if you want a beach wedding. Um, shopbando.com, headpieces, um, they were alright, but the prices were higher than what I would pay for them. Um, SwarovskiCrystals.com. They had lots of selection. If you're into like really big, kind of chunky crystal jewelry, it's amazing. But I'm not really. Um, but they have good prices. You can pick from cheaper stuff to really high-end, expensive stuff. Um, this is kind of neat. I thought if you have children or pets, sittercity.com, SITTER city.com. You can find adult sitters, babysitters, house sitters, pet sitters. It's just like an online registry of sitters, and you can call them and be like, "Hey, I'm going on my honeymoon. Will you come watch my dog?" Or whatever. That's what we have family for, though. So we probably wouldn't do that. Um, designspongeonline.com. It was pretty cool. There's vlogs and other things from other people that's talking about wedding stuff, and also they do have a lot of um, do-it-yourself ideas, which is cool. I'm probably gonna look more into that. So those are just the okays. Let's see. I would say this is amazing. I had never even heard of this. The bad thing is it is kind of pricey, so if you have the money to spend, I would definitely recommend it. We don't, so we won't be getting it, but if we did, I would jump all over this. It is called wedzines.com, so like wed and then the end part of magazines. Uh, Basically, you can pick however many pages, what size, you make a magazine, and it's like the granddaddy of all invitations. It tells you like a little biography. It's got pictures. It's got stories from people. You can have your bridesmaids, your groomsmen write little letters about memories they had with the bride or the groom, and then it also tells you when the wedding is, um, colors, just all that stuff. So it's like a huge, awesome invitation. Um, I just trying to get like an average price range. I said that I was going to order 100 copies of an 8-page invitation size magazine. So only 8 pages, front and back, I think. And invitation size was about that big. Oh, there we go, that big. Um, Not horrible. Uh, but it was $645 for that. So like I said, if you have the money, it's awesome. But we don't. So, cupcake tree. This was really fun. We're not going to do this because we are going to have a cake, and Glenn's sister-in-law will be making the cake. I think, as far as I know, she is. She had offered, and I knew Glenn had wanted to ask his mom, I think, but he just hasn't gotten around to it or whatever, and he doesn't care really who makes it. So I think she's making it. And then we were talking to his brother, which is her wife, and he was planning on making it anyways, so they're going to. Anyways, um, sorry, that was a little side rant. Cupcake tree, you can get them. They're fairly cheap. They're like $30 depending on the size. You can get ones that hold up to like 500 cupcakes. I think that's like $60 for 500. Basically, it's just like metal tiers, and you can set cupcakes on them, and they're really pretty. Just that way, like you don't have to worry about cutting a cake, getting cake done. Just order cupcakes, put some icing on them, and put them there. People can just come up and grab one cupcake, two cupcakes, whatever. You don't have to worry about cutting it. Um, any tips on how to cut a wedding cake? Like, I know how to cut regular cakes. That's easy, but I've never cut something with different size layers before. I wouldn't want to like ruin it somehow. Probably not cut from the bottom. I would imagine. You cut from the top. Other than that, I have no clue. So, yeah. I would recommend that though if you want something a bit different.